Guys, I wanted to do a quick video for you on the announcement of the new Tamron 50-400 F4.5-6.3. Sounds like another groundbreaking lens from one of my favorite lens companies. I'm really hoping they're gonna send me this lens for review, but let's just go over this thing because it just sounds absolutely bananas, and maybe talk a bit about who this lens is supposed to be for, and maybe speculate on the price a little bit. There's just a few things that we don't know, but we do know a lot of the main specs of this thing so far. So in front of me here is one of my favorites now. It's the 35-150 f2.2.8 from Tamron. Just a beast of a lens, just absolutely incredible quality. The thing that's on my camera the majority of the time, it covers just so many bases. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the size of this lens. So let's throw this on here, and the overall height of this thing is about 7.5 inches with the lens hood installed. Now this new 50-400, it measures, let's see here, 7.2 inches and is only 40.7 ounces. So that is mind-blowing for such an incredible telephoto with also standard zoom in there. That is just insane to me. And I'll throw the weight of this up here. I don't know for sure off the top of my head. It's going to be up here on the screen somewhere. But in terms of the size of this lens at about 7 inches, that is mind-blowing for a telephoto of that reach. I don't know if one actually exists that's anywhere close to that. So really exciting to hear the size and weight of it. Another thing that Tamron's done really well lately, and that's just phenomenal to me, is they've included near or basically macro capabilities in their lenses at one focal length. Or if you throw it into manual zoom, you can get some crazy close minimum focus distance. And this 50-400 here, it says that this thing is going to be able to focus at 9.8 inches on the 50mm side, and that's going to give you half macro capabilities. So halfway to the 1-to-1 reproduction ratio that makes macro, you're going to get half that. So you're going to be able to get some really cool close-up photos of your subject, and that is just an amazing thing that they're throwing into these lenses, engineering them so that they're just so versatile. And that's such a big feature for me. Just for hobbyists, obviously, I think this lens is tailored toward. It's not really a professional's lens. It's a little bit slow. It's not a fast f2.8 or something to start with. And if it was, it would be a lot bigger. So f4.5 to start with is okay. Now this is kind of a do everything lens. I think this is going to be tailored toward maybe wildlife, street photography, travel because of its size, but that f4.5 starting aperture is going to hurt you a little bit in low light. Now luckily today's cameras are just phenomenal when it comes to our sensors, so throwing up that ISO is no big deal, and we can kind of compensate for that slower aperture in a lot of cases and still get phenomenal photos. And you know that any photographer with any skill can pick up any lens and get great results, but they're making these things so good these days, and the glass quality is just so incredible. You know, I don't expect perfection in this case, but I bet you this thing is going to be better than it has any business being. So let's just read a little bit more about what they're saying here. It's also 67mm filter threads, which is pretty much all of Tamron's line, minus this guy here, the 35-150. And if you can believe it, it is image stabilized. So not even the 70-180 was image stabilized. And I think this thing is actually smaller or very comparable in size to the 70-180. So that's just remarkable. I can't wait to check out the optics of this thing. You can bet the autofocus is going to be just fantastic. And looking a little bit closer, it does use their VXD focusing motors, so very fast, very capable autofocus. You can bet it's going to be nearly silent. Just a lot of awesome things about this lens, and I'm really excited to check this thing out. So let's read a few of the specs here, the main features right from Tamron's words. Expansive 8x zoom ratio starts at 50, extends to 400. Yes, we've got unfaltering high image quality across the entire zoom range, and that's promising, but that's kind of what we expect these days. We've got the VXD producing high speed, high precision autofocus, equipped with Tamron's proprietary image stabilization. Yes, fantastic. Super compact length at 7.2 inches, weighing just under 41 ounces. Half macro photography with magnification ratio of 1:2 at the 50mm setting. New design with improved texture and scratch resistance. That's interesting to see. It is the 67mm filter size, same as the other Tamron lenses, minus this one. User-friendly features, moisture-resistant construction, fluorine coating, zoom lock switch, compatibility with many camera-specific features and functions, including fast hybrid autofocus and eye autofocus, of course, enhanced operational and versatile features, including a connector port to use the Tamron lens utility that I love with the newer lenses here. With this lens, it looks like we've got a new focus limiter function added to the lens utility as well. Rapid zooming, which means the zoom ring rotation arc is just 75 degrees. Cool. And an optional tripod mount. So a ton to unpack there, and I am just really excited to get my hands on this thing, guys. And the only thing we haven't really talked about or discussed yet is the price of this thing. I think if they can keep this thing under $1,000 US, this is going to be an absolute home run and just a fantastic seller. I think anywhere up to the probably $11.99, $12.99 is really pushing it for this thing, just because of who this lens is for. But yeah, if I could see this thing at maybe $1,000 US, am I asking too much? Let me know down in the comments your thoughts and what you're most excited for about this lens, guys. Drop all your questions and your comments and anything that you would like to see in the review, because no matter what, I will get my hands on this thing and review it because it just sounds amazing. Great job, Tamron, and thanks so much, guys, for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more just like it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Join the community, and like always, make mistakes, be yourself, and get out there and take some more pictures. See you next time.